Hello folks, welcome to Mindfully Get Your Shit Together. Anyone who claims to have their life in balance is either a fool or in denial, because we can only seek balance in an imbalanced world and hope to stay sane. The topic today is on reactivity versus proactivity. Reactivity versus proactivity. So, basically, dude, keep your shit together, right? Don't lose it. Before starting the show, before starting this episode, I'm going to read to you guys something that is really relevant to this episode, okay, from my latest manual recharge. And so, stop stressing about stress. Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun. This is not me, but Alan Watts. Reactivity versus proactivity. This is me. Knowing how to deal with stressful events is at the core of effective stress management. When faced with life situations or circumstances, we either react and fight back or embrace them and respond with creative energy. This energy can only come from a place of awareness. Paying attention to your thought process is key to redirect and reframe your mindset. Life is not about what happens to you, but how you deal with what happens to you. You can deliver the same message or respond to a certain challenging situation with a different and non-threatening attitude. That's because your thoughts trigger your feelings and emotions. Then they dictate your actions. Your actions create your attitude. When we are faced with hard choices or difficult situations, we tend to either react or respond positively by being proactive. The good news is that we have the choice to be either. I choose to be proactive most of the time. It's all about the delivery. Ever since Richard lost his job, which was a week before our call, he was still furious and confused. During our emotionally charged session, I instructed Richard to think positively about his challenging and life-changing situation. Difficult to do under the circumstances. In an attempt to calm him down, I asked him to be proactive and reframe his situation by thinking he'd lost his position, not his job, which is a big difference. This new mindset allowed Richard to be at peace with his challenge. Within a week, he got a new position at a competitive company where he applied his skills, knowledge, and experience, all he learned at the previous job. Richard gained something from his situation. He lost nothing, as his old conditioning suggested. It would have taken Richard more time to find a new position had he stayed in a negative and reactive mode. So now, if you hear what I just read to you, by the way, Noah Collins is still with us, and so I'll ask you the question as if you were the audience.
I'm waiting on the breathing technique.
Okay, yes, that's true.
But I'll answer the question first.
Yes, go ahead. Do you want to answer the question now, or do you want to do the 1 minute priming yourself to success? These are the things I do myself before I get here. So when I'm here, I tend to forget to ask the audience to do them, but they are very important. Okay, so let's dive right to the 1 minute breathing exercise. Everyone there, or anyone listening to this, please, if you're driving, stop your car, pull over, and do this exercise. We're not liable for any accident if you're trying to do it while you're driving or operating a machine. Anyway, so everyone sit back and make sure your back is erect, straight back. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath through the nose. Deep breath through the nose. Inhale. Inhale more. Exhale. One more time. Inhale deep. Hold it. Exhale to the nose. One more time. Inhale deep. And hold it. Just relax. Relax. Just let go. Come back to a safe place. Come back to the present moment. And just relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deep. Hold it. Exhale and let go. All right, you can open your eyes now. Now that we are prime to tackle the day. So let's continue the question I asked you earlier, Noah, based on what I've read to the audience. What did you understand by proactivity versus reactivity?
In the case that you just read with the man who lost his job, you could definitely tell that when he first got the news, which I'm guessing he wasn't prepared to get, it definitely sent him into a reactive state where he was battling the situation instead of working to kind of make the situation better through his circumstances. So I definitely got a lot out of just the state of being he was in on fixing it when he began to be more proactive, when he shifted his perception on it. Things started to work out better for him, right?
Yes, that's a good interpretation. What when I wrote this chapter, I thought about the many things that I went through myself, and how I was super reactive, and that's because I was in a different mindset, different. I didn't look at what happened to me. What I did, I took what happened to me in a way that was threatening, so to speak, and it put me right into a mindset of fear, into that fear zone. So what helps is to, as I said earlier, or as I read earlier, is it's not about what happens to you that is important. It's how you deal with what happens to you. Take a step back, look for facts, look for evidence. Don't fight back, okay? Because, of course, there are issues, there are situations where you need to be reactive. And I think that's the natural order of things. Us human, we react first. But if you are aware, if you become more aware, and you teach yourself to be more aware, more conscious, you now go from reactivity to proactivity real quick. So let's read a couple of things here that may help you, the audience, understand better what I'm saying. So in the case of reactivity, how when you're reactive, you're standing in opposition, you're fighting. You're letting outside circumstances disturb your inner peace. You're attached to the outcome, and your behavior is driven by fear. In other words, you're like, oh my God, what if, and I cannot live without this, or I cannot do this, or So you are attached to the outcome of the situation. You're distracted and ineffective. When you're distracted, your creative flow is not working. You're not finding long-lasting solutions. Maybe you'll find short-lasting solutions, but sooner or later they'll be disastrous. You'll pay the consequences of those short solutions or problem solving based on fear. Okay? Now, proactivity. When you are proactive, you're responding positively. When you are proactive, you're responding positively. You're surrendering. Surrendering is not giving up. Surrendering is doing whatever it takes, whatever you can possibly do to remedy to the situation, and then let go. Surrender. Surrender is letting go. So when you're proactive, you are remaining engaged with the situation at hand, but you detached yourself from the outcome. So remember, folks, whatever you do, whether it's work, whether it's a project, engage into the work at hand, but detach from the outcome. Because when you attach to the outcome while you're working on it, you put an element of fear, and your whole physiology changes. And when you're in fear, remember, you're not very creative. If you're not very creative, chances are that your project or your work is going to suffer the consequences of that. So when you're proactive, your behavior is calm and peaceful. See? Your behavior is calm and peaceful. You're focused and effective. Focused and effective. See the difference between responding positively, being proactive, and being reactive, fighting back? One comes from a place of fear, in the case of reactivity, and one comes from a place of love, in the case of proactivity, responding positively. So the whole point of calming down when a situation arises is not only more effective, but also brings long-lasting solutions. It brings long-lasting solutions. So again, we are going to naturally, our human sort of state, our mind tend to go whenever something happens. Your boss comes in and wants you to get in his office. He's pissed off. You need to go to his office. So you'll start all kinds of stuff is going to go to your mind, and you'll freak out. Don't. What he's doing, it's his problem or her problem. If they are into that fear zone, let them be. But don't buy into that. So just relax, take a deep breath, and be proactive. Because I can guarantee you, when you land in the office, because of your energy, because you are proactive, that may change the whole dynamic of the subject, the whole dynamic of what your boss is wanting to tell you. If his intention was to reprimand you or to talk about the very negatively charged situation, you step away from it. You engage in the conversation, you're listening, but you're detached from the outcome. You're not being your boss, you're being yourself. That is important to understand. In relationships, the same thing happens. You come back home from a long day, and your significant other is there. She or he is in a very sort of bad mood, and you're tired too. You're also, you're drained, and that's very. When we are tired and low energy, we are prone to react. to situations and then react negatively. So you're both in a negative zone. You're both pissed off, and chances are you're probably going to trigger what we call an argument, right? You're going to fight, and that's what we do. What I would strongly suggest you do when you know that your significant other is in that situation, step back. You can say, "Hi, honey," give each other a hug, and don't just say what happened, what's going on. And of course, the person is going to try to diffuse the situation by saying nothing is wrong. And then you say, no, I know, I can feel something is wrong. The dog feels something is wrong, right? And so then you start, it snowballs. One thing leads to another, then you're fighting, and it's never good. And imagine, people have been doing this over and over and over and over. They don't even know why they're fighting anymore. It's a habit. They're comfortable in that miserable. It's a comfort zone where misery is a norm, right? So what I would suggest strongly, based on what I've read and what I've explained about reactivity and proactivity, is that just step away. Okay? Step away from the situation instead of even responding and saying, I know what something is happening. Well, you may feel the energy, but you're not a psychic in knowing exactly what your significant other is thinking. So step away, let them deal with their situation, and offer help by saying, "Hey, honey, I had a great day. I hope you had a great day. I'll be in the living room if you need me," and let it go. Surrender. You've done everything you could by diffusing the situation, by being proactive. Now you let it go. You surrender. Put yourself in that reactive mode where you are actually calm and at peace. And that can apply not only with relationships, but it can apply with your job, friends. It's a very, very, very good way to remain focused and engaged in whatever you do. So I'm going to read you, to end this episode, I am going to read you something from a very, an author that I love very much, Anthony de Mello. He says, to a group of social activists who sought his blessing on a plan they were about to put into action, the master said, "What you need, I'm afraid, is light, not action." Later he explained, to fight evil with activity is like fighting darkness with one's hands. So what you need is light, not fight. To end the episode, I thought that this was a great way to end the episode, and I'm going to try to do these kind of ending the sessions by reading things by other authors. Please remember to go to our website, to my websites. I have two websites out there, executiveinnerfitness.com and arizonawellness.com. In those sites, there are numerous services and products that you could choose from that will help you with your quest for life and balance. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate in commenting. You can email us as well. All the information is going to be below. Thank you. Namaste.